Hey, everybody, welcome back to Freeze Frame episode 77, the show where we stop to take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, and pop culture. I am your host, Ryder Maldonado, and today I'm joined by the East Coast Island boy, James Walmer.
Oh my god. Hey, how's it going? And I'm happy to be here. Happy to be the island boy. Won't be the island boy for long because I'm moving to Brooklyn, but you know.
Yeah, no, you're. I was like, oh, New York's the island, of course, Manhattan, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, how you been? How's it been over there? How's life? How's the culture?
Dude, it's been good. Culture's great. People are so nice here. I was
Mhm.
talking to some people the other day at my grad school orientation, and they're saying like people being mean in New York is a total myth. Some of the people here are nice, but they are not friendly. Like they are, or
Okay.
I'll say like some people would say they're kind but not nice.
Oh.
Like if you need something, they'll help you out, but that
Mhm.
doesn't mean they're gonna be like they're not means they're gonna be, oh my gosh, hi, love to help you. Yeah, tell me about yeah. People are like, no, like let's
Let me
like
help you
cut
and
the
do it.
shit.
Yeah.
Like we're
Wow.
getting you through this. So
That's cool. Yeah, I bet
people are
it.
great.
Yeah, I bet the nature of people over there is so like helpfulness to be helpful because it's just part of human
Hmm.
nature. Like, I guess post 9/11, like just the demeanor of people in that part of the country is so enthusiastic. Well, not enthusiastic. I would say, like you said it best. Helping to
Yeah,
help.
people are very
Yeah.
supportive of
Hmm.
one another.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that you're surrounded by that. So that's awesome to hear. Well,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 77. Can't believe it's been this long. Let us know what you think on the reviews. Thank you so much for listening at home. If you're listening on audio platforms, we appreciate you. We also have YouTube. You can check out the video podcast for if you become a member, and we'll have a clip coming out soon. Hop on our Discord. We have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for quick updates. We'll be hopping back on there very soon, as well as plenty of content coming your way. We got She-Hulk watch parties. We got some more video game news coming up, as well as coverage on D23 Expo here in about
Yep.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, so we're gonna be preparing for that soon. We're excited. Lots of busy stuff, but let's
Hmm.
hop into quote of the week. Last week's quote of the week, James. If you want to, did you bring this? I was so lost when I read that. I was like, I forgot. I don't know.
No, this is not me. This is not me. It says
Okay.
I was supposed to be free for Life Day, maybe even get home to the family, but I guess that's not gonna happen this year.
Huh. That's from the Mythrol. I feel like I don't. You know what? Because we did checkpoint together, that I was like, "Oh, this is you too." But I don't. I guess Vincent was on last week, and I just
Yep.
don't remember. I don't remember where he put this from. I guess he just threw it in there. So I'll ask Vince next time and be like, "Hey, bro, what's this?"
I was like, dude, what is this quote
Yeah.
from?
Anyways, there you have it. All right, let's get into the topics. Let's get right into it. We got a lot of fun stuff today. You brought this September 3rd, National Film Day.
September 3rd, National Film Day, baby. Go see a movie for $3. You can even see like IMAX films for $3. I don't know if every theater is participating in this, or at least all big theater chains, but uh, go support a local theater, even though it's just $3, if you can, and go see a movie.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be a fun time. Definitely try and do that. That's gonna be exciting. We also want to get into. I recently saw a movie called Vengeance. Now, comes from the
Yeah,
recommendation of James. He's
it
it's
does.
still a 10 out of 10 for you. Is that true?
I'd say like a 9 out of 10.
10. Okay. I remember you hopped on Letterboxd. You put the review up and you said I had to re-download the app for this just to put it right. Is that this one that
I did.
you had to? So
I think that movie's really great.
off the recommendation of you, I saw this movie and instantly I was like, okay, I'm in because one, it's BJ Novak. I've always been a fan of
Hmm.
his kind of writing style and who he is as a person. So I knew I was going to enjoy this because it's very relevant to our times, as well
Hmm.
as it speaks to our generation and kind of the digital age, right? Like that's kind of what we go through, some of us, and kind of what we understand. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I don't know. We can get into spoilers a little lightly, but what do you think about the
Yeah,
movie?
I think it hit especially as someone who is a um who makes content that's journalistic in nature,
Hmm.
who's engaged with a lot of journalism and stories and storytelling, and I, as someone who has done a lot of writing on pertinent cultural issues through my school, through undergrad, as well as like not writing but like talking on these issues
Hmm.
through the podcast, both Freeze Frame and Checkpoint. I think this question that the movie asks and that BJ Novak wrestles with of, is the story about me, or is this like, how am I connected to this story? There is this tendency, not tendency, this temptation for a writer, for a journalist to become disconnected from their work, to see the world through a window, um through a hands-off view, right? And
Hmm.
we even like talk about this when we talk about like bias in journalism, how like you're not supposed to be biased, but then what does it look like to understand that you, as a journalist, like as a person, has an innate bias because of your experiences. The way you interpret information is going to happen differently than from me to you, writer.
Hmm.
And so I think there's the going back and forth, and as BJ Novak struggles with this, and as he talks to the like pseudo NPR head, I forgot her name, but he's like going through and he has a story about about rural communities in America and American culture, and I'm like, this is great, this is something I would write about.
Hmm.
And then BJ Novak is like, well, actually this story's about me. And then I was like, oh, that really hit home for me, because I also disassociate from my local context and from my relationships and from the world in order to take perspectives on it. And then at the very end, those two kind of like come together when he makes the final decision at the end of the movie. He decides to insert himself into this story and actually like in some ways like abandons the story for um I don't know, to be invested in the community that he's
Yeah.
in,
Mhm.
and to actually and to choose connection
Yeah.
to the people around him.
Yeah.
So that's what I really, really love about this film.
Very well said. Yeah, if that doesn't get you to go see the movie, I don't know what else will. It's on Prime. You can go rent the movie now. Yeah, it's very fascinating because take it as like a comedy or maybe a lighter film. I found it really deeply hit with me, and I feel like especially what Ashton Kutcher's in the film, and he has this one little monologue.
He's great.
He has a little bit there where it's almost meta and very very true about what he says, despite who his character is. There's very much truth in that, and so I was like, wow, this is speaking to me because of who we are, like what we do, even with social media, trying to get our message out, our
Yep.
voice out. And it's almost
Mhm.
like we want our opinions to be heard, but we're trying to, I guess, be seen, but we don't care about being seen.
Mhm.
But by not caring, that's kind of like part of the image. I don't know. It's crazy. So
Right.
so many deep little details that a whole train of it can be pulled out from that. So that was really cool. But
Mhm.
yeah, well said, dude. So great film. Had a good time with it.
And
Yeah.
it's so funny too. Every
Yeah.
character is very well written. Like I could just it was also really well paced
Hmm.
for the time. I didn't feel like it dragged in any way, and I felt like I could just sit at that table and like watch like a whole 2 hours of them just like
Hmm.
talking at the dinner table, and I would have
Oh
been
yes.
like perfectly
Oh, I have to
okay
get
with that.
into. I have to tell you all the Texas stuff, dude. Like this movie takes place in Texas. It's a Texas family, and man, there were so many things. I watched it with my buddy Peyton. We're both, we lived in Texas for many. I was born and raised there. He was born in New York, but he lived all of Texas his whole life too. We were
Hmm.
laughing at all the references. Like it is a bit dramatized, but the decorations on the house, the hype of Whataburger, the character tropes of the parties, and kind of
It's always
it's
there.
it's so good. It was great. Oh yeah, yeah. It's all yeah. It's always there. The Whataburgers.
It's
Yeah.
always there.
Honestly, that was literally, if I could, at night I'd be like, where am I going? McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Bill Miller's,
No,
Whataburger. It's just
Whataburger.
there. You can just
It's
go.
always
Yeah.
Whataburger.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was so good. And like there was some other. Oh yeah, the Bless Your Heart. Like I had some aunts that say that.
Mm,
Some of the
yeah.
decorations again on
In
the
the
house.
same way.
Yeah, kind of. Well, sometimes it's like a caring. Oh, like bless your heart. But
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, it is in that nature of
Wow.
bless your heart. Like you don't know. You're
Wow.
you need help. A big F you. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
There was some other stuff. I guess dressing up, or maybe it was the party stuff for like, oh, the dances. At the bar, there was a dance scene in a bar, and
Oh.
that was very
Mhm.
much like, yep, that's all of like Texas and Austin, and you go to places like that, but lots of funny stuff. That really added to the experience.
Yeah. I'm glad you had a
um,
great time with it.
yeah, thanks. So yeah, good stuff with Vengeance. I also saw Rogue One again. That was in the IMAX release.
Yeah.
It was cool. It had a preview of Andor, like a 10-minute clip. Bro, I
Mhm.
gotta say, Andor. I'm very excited for Andor because it's very much ground level. And I said
Cool.
this when we saw the trailer. We all did a reaction, right? It was all three of us, I believe.
Mhm.
Sorry, memory's bad, but when we saw the
No, you're
trailer,
good.
remember we talked about the dramatization through it. It was so dramatized. I forget. I don't know the word. Like it was over dramatic. I'll say of Star
Yeah,
Wars when it's like it's just
I
Star
see
Wars,
what
but
you.
they get
It
so
looks like a drama.
yeah, they get so
It looks
like
more political. It
yeah,
looks more like, more one-on-one conversation and picking up on details
hmm
through talking and stuff
yeah,
like that, as opposed to like big
hmm
sequences and fights and things like that.
yeah, and that's what I love about Star Wars, the kind of the deep political side. So it was really good. This
Mm-hmm.
little clip that they showed, an extension of what's already released, some good little action, but yeah, it's gonna be great. And then watching Rogue One after was like, man, Rogue One still top three, maybe top two Star Wars film.
Rogue One's great.
Love it,
Rogue One's
so
really good.
good. Um, okay, I gotta ask, have you seen House of Dragon?
I haven't
You
seen the
seen?
second episode,
Okay,
but the first episode was awesome.
first episode was
First
great.
episode was so good.
It's cool because I know we talked about it, but man, we really okay. I saw some comments about the theme, right? Well, like the Game of Thrones
Sure.
theme, because we know the Game of Thrones
Right.
theme coming back. Do you think that's a good choice to, or I should ask, what do you think the Game of Thrones theme means to you? Does it represent the old show, or does it represent Westeros as a whole? Because that's how I feel about it.
Hmm.
Because they brought it back and they were
That's a good
saying
question.
it should be
No, that's
different.
a good question. I think I think it should be different.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think it should be a different theme.
okay.
It
Mhm.
I know it gets a theme for the second episode. Is it the same one?
Yeah, it is the same theme, different animation, different intro, but it is same theme.
Hmm. I would like it if they did a, I don't know why I'm making this comparison, like a Seinfeld thing,
Okay.
and they just changed it a little bit, because
Uh-huh.
in Seinfeld every episode it's the same theme, but they just change it a little
Because
bit every episode. And so I would like it if they just did it in like a different key, or or something like that, to set it apart,
yeah.
but have it still be
Mhm.
connected and have a sense of um not
Yeah.
homogeneity, but like connectedness
No,
to
yeah.
the whole Westeros universe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was pretty cool to hear it, but yeah, diving into this world is very much more grayscale, very downer. Like I saw this good comparison. This family isn't as noble as the Starks or as evil as the
No.
Boltons. They're very much that middle, all the characters are kind of in that middle area, so it's interesting to
Hmm.
see the drama that's going to be. And this episode again was more like, no spoilers, I won't spoil it for you, but like more
Yeah.
of the first episode, nothing really like there wasn't a
Great.
twist or anything different. So what happens in
Great.
the first episode.
Hmm.
The drama of some of these setups, right, with these characters, I think it's very enticing because they're all kind of intertwined, right? And we're gonna see a lot more of that in the second episode, and I hope we see more of it the whole season because it's gonna make for a good season. I think some good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more interesting for me to watch characters that kind of ride that gray area, because they're less predictable.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
House Stark, I know the decision they're gonna make at the end of the day,
Mhm.
but and same with House Lannister, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like, because in that show in Game of Thrones, you need the dichotomies,
Mhm.
these two representatives of like the nobility and the evil, or the I don't know what you would call it, the sinister, not sinister, but like the clever, sort of like
Mhm.
snarky,
Methodical, conniving, kind of all those.
yeah,
Yeah.
methodical, conniving. You need the juxtaposition of the two
Mhm.
in order to like play off of each other. But when you don't have, that's the thing about House of Dragons so far, is it's kind of just the Targaryens.
Mhm.
Um, so you need more gray area within
Mhm.
the house and the family, so that people are less predictable.
Yeah, yeah, makes for good content. Like, ooh, who's gonna go? What choice are they gonna make here? Like it's all. I think
Hmm.
this is all about the Dance of the Dragons, which they reference in the show Game of Thrones. So it's gonna get
Yeah,
like, wow, it's gonna be stirred up.
big
But
events.
good stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Check it out. Let us know what you think, guys, in the comments. Let's talk. Let's talk House of Dragon. I can talk about it
Like House
forever.
of Dragons.
And James, let us know your thoughts. Like, feel free to text us as soon
Oh,
as
I
you see
will.
it. I want to hear what you think. But okay, hopping
Yeah.
in now to our major news. If you want to take us away with our first little bit, I kind of want to get your thoughts on this because I asked in the Twitter and I just want to hear what you think about this. Okay, take us away.
Okay. WandaVision director Matt Shakman is reportedly in talks to direct Fantastic Four, and U star Penn Badgley is said to have spoken with Marvel about the role, or about, sorry, the role of Reed Richards. There it is.
Yeah.
Um, I a lot of people love WandaVision. Okay, a lot of people hold it up as still like one of the best Marvel shows.
Mhm.
I didn't care for WandaVision. I just didn't think it was compelling. There was a lot of side character stuff that I didn't care about. I thought the first couple episodes were like really good. But it just I don't know. It was a different thing every episode, but with one little tiny thread to connect it together. That's just not my style of TV show.
Mhm.
Um, so I also don't know how to feel. What else did he direct? Did he direct anything else?
So this director's actually okay. This will be his first movie if he does it. He's done a lot of TV, but a lot of successful TV. Many episodes of Game of Thrones. He's done many episodes of Succession,
Really?
and he's also
Okay.
done I think some episodes of It's Always Sunny. So lots of
Okay.
ensemble TV. Surprising. I was shocked because I didn't
Yeah.
know. I was like, oh wow, but he hasn't done movies. But I think the word on the street is Kevin
He,
Feige was impressed with him with WandaVision.
he's also directing Star Trek 4.
Oh yeah, so I think that was the plans. I think there were people were this is like the Twitter what I hear about what's happening with Matt Shackman's Star Trek film. Well, now we know
Oh yeah,
he's probably gonna
loses director Max Shackman. Yeah,
Mhm.
2 days
So
ago.
maybe if that happens, hey, I'm all for it because TV. If you could succeed at TV, we saw it with the Russo brothers, right? The Russo brothers were
Hmm.
not that well known, but Feige knew they could do ensemble because of Community, and they did
Hmm.
pretty well with Avengers with a lot of characters. And so hey, if he can do good with Marvel lore and kind of keeping it, let's say, somewhat contained, but also handle a lot of actors, I think doing a team of 4 plus some bad guys plus some side characters, I have some faith, and I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
As for the casting, I don't think that Penn Badgley would be cast. I think the talk is he was talking with Marvel, and it's like cool. I don't think he's casted though. I think they're just saying they're just trying to get the hype up. Like it might be someone else though. I think it's gonna be someone else.
What makes you so sure?
Because well, it could be one or the other, but sometimes when we start hearing about has talked, usually it's like they talked about it, but maybe we'll see him later on joining Marvel in a different role. But I don't know. That's
Hmm.
from experience. It could be where, since it's getting out now, like maybe there's some sources at Expo, they announce the cast and he just comes out and it's like, yeah, okay, so it's what we had heard. But I don't know. There was this one actor, I think his name is William Jackson Harper. There's if you want to look up him, that looks a pretty good casting. I've seen him in a couple stuff. I think The Flash a little bit or a DC show.
Mm-hmm.
But I
He
mean,
was in what's the show called? What was that show
either
called? The Good Place.
oh, good play. Okay, cool.
The
Yeah, I
Good
saw that
Place.
was a
Yeah,
good dream.
he's great.
I was like, yeah, that could be good. Yeah,
That'd be really good. I could see either
Um,
of these two actors being a good cast
mhm.
for Reed Richards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a big role to take on. So, I'm gonna be doing a Marvel live stream hopefully in the coming weekend, and I think I have my dream casting for the Fantastic Four. There's also rumors that Sue Storm is gonna be an actress that was recently in a big Disney project, and I think I know then who the actress will be. I'll just go ahead and say it because, well, actually, you know what? It's funny because it's an actress from the show You. It's not Love. The girl from the first season. Her name is Elizabeth Lail. Elizabeth Lail. If you want to look her up, the word on the
Spelled
street is
Lail.
Lail. Yeah. I mean, there's some talks on that. I heard some like really
I
bigger
could see it.
journalists being like, she was also a part of a Disney project, and I'm like, well, luckily for me, I saw this show called Once Upon a Time. She played Princess
Mhm.
Anna, and so that was a big show, big show at the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this has been like rumored for a long time. I think she might be Sue Storm, and it might be pretty cool. So
That'd be cool.
we'll see who she gets casted with, but it's interesting kind of with when it comes to a big casting. I'm always like trying to keep up with it because I want to see like it's like serious kind of this role. So we'll see what happens. We'll get more into it.
We'll see what happens. Will we or will we not get Danny DeVito as the Thing?
Oh, that would be great. Danny DeVito's a part of a
Yeah.
lot of Disney stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes to Marvel.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty funny.
I mean, no, I think it would not be a good casting, but it would be funny.
No, yeah.
It would be incredible.
I want to see because if they casted Patton, I think his name is Patton Oswalt. You know that guy? He's in Marvel now. Surprisingly, he's
Really?
he's a character called Pip the Troll.
Huh.
And he's teamed up with Harry Styles. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it was the
Interesting.
it
He's
was
funny though.
it was a post credit scene for Eternals. There were two little characters that popped up in the end.
Oh yeah, I remember Harry Styles popping up, but I didn't know this guy was with him.
I think he was the voice. Excuse me, he was the voice of like a little troll guy. But
Okay.
anyways, moving on now. We got some DC stuff. Some interesting headlines here. Matt Reeves has recently signed a multi-year film look deal with Warner Brothers. Now, this is good news for me because you know me, the Batman. It changed who I was. It changed who I am.
Yeah.
You love the Batman, right? We saw it
I
together.
love Batman.
Good time. We saw it at Warner Brothers, dude. How crazy is that?
We did. That was insane.
That was fun times, man. I can't believe we got to see it. That was wild. Such a good movie, and I'm excited for Matt Reeves. So he's currently working on the Batman sequel and the Penguin spin-off series. He's become the first filmmaker to get an overall film look deal since Warner Brothers Pictures group co-chairs CEOs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdy were hired by Warner Brothers Discovery chief David Zaslav. So this is a part of the new hierarchy of power, pun intended, with David Zaslav, to start up, to kind of steer the film division. So this is a good idea. It's like Matt Reeves. Let's get him on board with us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Good.
What do you think of this? You can take a
Good.
take us
I
away
love
from us.
that. I love the support of Matt Reeves. This is a smart decision on their behalf because we all know DC is in the fucking gutter right now. We all know that DC can't hold any of their movies up for shit. Everything they make as it does, unless the Flash is actually as good as
That's
some
what we're
people are
hearing, yeah.
saying it is. Uh, but aside from that, they need directors to hold these characters on their shoulders. And I think the best director who has done that so far is Matt Reeves with The Batman, which was widely acclaimed as like the best live action DC movie in since like
Recent years,
Nolan,
yeah,
which is
for
what
sure.
um but I think it's really good that they lock him down, put him in a contract so that they can just they can support him, and this is a oh my god, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but this is just a sure shot for DC.
Yeah,
This is
step in the right
them
direction.
really stacking their cards well.
Absolutely. So there's a new deal. Reeves has begun to search to find a senior level executive to run the new film deal for Sixth and Idaho, which is Matt Reeves' production company. Dylan Clark, who has been Reeves' producing partner on the Planet of the Apes trilogy and the Batman, is also back for the sequel, but runs his own production label. Reeves won't take office space on the lot, but rather will stay in the Sixth and Idaho's current headquarters. But I'm glad that they're bringing him on, and David Zaslav, they put a new head of Warner Brothers Film. They're trying to clean slate it. They're trying to wipe clean, work with what they got now. But this is good, Matt Reeves, and then we also have Dan Lin. If you want to get into this next article about a new producer coming.
Yeah, prolific producer Dan Lin is in talks to become chief of DC Films and TV. Lin's past producing credits include the Lego Batman movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, Sherlock Holmes, which series is that? Is that the Robert Downey Jr. one?
Yeah.
And It. But these, for me, aren't super compelling.
Yeah, and I agree. And I was watching, John Campia on YouTube. He's kind of does film podcast. He does news stuff. He's my go-to. I watch him a lot.
Okay.
And some of the people that are in that podcast are a part of Warner Brothers or previously worked in the company, and so they were talking about this guy Dan Lin, and they were saying that Dan Lin, word on the street from some employees, is that while he may not be as knowledgeable as the comic book lore, he is very dedicated to bringing the best stories, coming up, and that he's very, open-minded and very, I guess, kind to startups and new stuff. So it seems like it's like, okay, good, another good choice, something different, a fresh kind of perspective in the company when it comes to DC. But you don't always need someone that's knowledgeable in the comics. You need a good producer, and so far some of these films have been pretty successful. It is, Lego Batman was successful. And also another thing, this producer is very knowledgeable about the widespread audiences, right? About what the audiences want, how to get a big blockbuster. So I think it's a smart decision. It's interesting when it comes to DC. So
yeah, I think it's good. Especially like I need to recognize this is the producer, not the director. They're going to be making a different set of executive decisions.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Some other sad stuff we have. There are apparently funeral screenings happening for Batgirl. Now, that's not what Warner Brothers is calling it. That's just the Twitter space of what they're calling it. But there are some funeral screenings happening at Warner Brothers for cast, crew, and executives this past week before the footage is apparently locked away, deleted from servers forever.
Yep.
I don't know.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, I
You
hate.
really fucking hate this.
I don't think it's real though. I think it might come back. I really do.
That would be a hell of a marketing move.
That would be. Do you think could you see them trying to replicate like release the Snyder cut or release the Batgirl?
Dude, there's so many whack shit that's going on in movies right now. Like ever since I saw the tweet, and this is different. Oh, this is different. But ever since I saw people tweeting about gaslighting Sony to
Mhm.
re-release Morbius in
Oh
theaters
yeah.
to tank the studio, I've been like, you know what? Anything's on the fucking table.
Yeah, right.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, I saw. So, I don't know why I put this in. I think we talked about this, or on Twitter we were sending it to each other. Warner Brothers has only enough. We already talked about this last week. They only have enough money to release 2 films each year, right? As of now, it's
Okay.
like, I know that's wild, right? One of the original founding companies of movie films,
It's
movie
hurting.
films, sorry, of film history. They only
Yeah.
now apparently have enough money to release 2 movies a year, and that's During War, Darling, with Florence Pugh, and then
Yep. And
Black
Harry
Adam.
Styles, yeah.
Black Adam, isn't that crazy? So there's a lot depending on those movies for the company.
Yep.
But here's the thing: when it comes to Black Adam, did you see what I remember what I said about since we want to do a review might be coming from us for Black Adam. I don't think you saw that Twitter. I sent the Twitter. It was a Twitter message a couple days ago, but I'll
didn't
tell
see
you
it,
after the
no.
podcast.
Okay, great.
But yeah, the survival of Warner Brothers depends on Black Adam's box office numbers. So,
It's not looking good.
no, I'm just kidding. I don't think Warner Brothers will fail. Anyways, yeah, you can take us away.
We got some more DC delays. Shazam! Fury of the Gods shifts to March 17th, 2023. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom moves to December 25th, 2023, because of Avatar taking all the IMAX screens. What the hell, Avatar?
You know them.
What the hell, James Cameron?
This Christmas, they want them all.
I guess. Are you gonna see it?
Avatar. I've been always into Avatar just because of the technology side. I love technology. You
I
won't
just
be there,
don't
big
know
one.
if it's like. I don't know if it's that. I might see it just to see what's going on.
Mhm.
But I like back then technology was like peak,
Yeah. It was
but now
startling.
it just looks average.
Yeah. In compare. Well, yes. Okay. In comparison to what's going on now, yeah. But I guess on its own, with how much they've worked on it, I think there's a lot of little bits and pieces here that it's like, how did you do that? Kind of like there's a scene where he's pulling leather and the water kind of goes through on his hand, and I saw some CGI artists kind of reacted, and they were like, I don't know how that's possible because it's so advanced.
Oh, that's
But
pretty cool.
little stuff like that. But I guess to the normal viewer, you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just a guy painted blue. It's like, no, that's CG. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the second one, I'll see it. I don't need a third, fourth, and fifth. That's just ridiculous. I don't need all these movies.
I don't need all that.
I was 12 when the first came out, first one, and my parents, we all saw
Yeah.
it. So second one, I'm older now. I can kind of be conscious of it, but I don't need more. I don't need so
Yeah.
many. Okay, here's some great stuff. Have we ever seen a little show called Community?
Community is my favorite sitcom.
Oh,
I rewatched the show like 5 times.
I'm great. I'm glad to hear it because apparently a movie is a matter of when, not if. It's on the way, says Dan Harmon.
Yeah.
Now, you know the joke. They kept making a meta joke. 6 seasons in a movie. That's what they wanted to do.
Yep.
So
I remember that. Yep.
we have 6 seasons, and where's the movie? Apparently, it's gonna be coming. This show debuted on NBC, finished its run as a Yahoo's Screen Original in 2015 with 6 seasons. It went to
Yeah.
Netflix. Great time.
Yep.
If you want to read the second article right here, second part.
Whose quote is this?
Let's see. This comes from
This
Dan
is
Harmon.
from Dan Harmon. I'll confirm what Allison said, and that's Allison Brie, I assume. That's who he's.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I actually
Uh,
skipped the first point. I thought you just summarized
Oh
that.
no, it's okay.
No, you did. You
Yeah.
did.
Mhm.
Cool. I'll confirm what Allison said, which is that the legitimacy is here. Conversations and agreements are happening. Harmon told The Wrap during an interview about the upcoming season of Rick and Morty. There's a story, who knows if we'll end up sticking to it, but it was something we had to compile in order to take it out and court various venues. And now negotiations happen. So it's in the works. Negotiations are presumably happening now, um, about technicalities and what it means to make a community movie.
That's exciting. I think it's great. I want to see who they bring back. Like, I think there's 6 members, right? But then at the end, it kind of became 5 because of Chevy Chase was like, write
Well,
him
he
out.
died.
He
Yeah,
died in the show, right? They wrote him out
he
because of
died in
who
the
he
show,
was.
and then Troy left.
That's right. Yeah.
He
If
went to
they
go sail the world or something
yeah
like that.
Troy and Abed, I'll miss them.
Yep,
If they do a paintballing scene, I'm all in. They
they
have
have to.
they have to.
They're contractually obligated to have a
Oh.
paintball scene. I want like a whole half an hour of the movie to be paintball.
And maybe they make fun of poke fun at like a Marvel movie or superhero genre because
They have
they're
to.
so good at that, at poking
They're
fun at
so good at that.
man. Like it was corny at times, but that was the character of it.
I love that
Pay
show. Maybe it
homage.
doesn't hold up as well now, but I'd love to go back and give it a rewatch.
Yeah,
Maybe take
me
it for a
too.
sixth time around.
Yeah, that'd be fitting. 6 seasons, six
Yep,
times.
six
Um,
times.
all right. Well, up next we got a big one. This is all you. Let me go
All
ahead
right,
and bada bing,
get it started.
bada boom. Let me check here, and we're ready to go. All you.
All right, next up, Horizon Zero Dawn Netflix series is being developed by Umbrella Academy showrunner Steve Blackman. Under the multi-year pact, Blackman will write and produce new series and other projects for Netflix under his newly launched Irish Cowboy production banner. He's currently developing 2 sci-fi series, Horizon Zero Dawn with Michelle Lavretta, am I pronouncing that correctly, Ryder?
Yes, that's how I'd say it.
Who also serves as co-showrunner, based on the PlayStation action adventure game and ISS drama. Netflix had been looking to put together a TV series based on Guerrilla Games' Horizon Zero Dawn, set in a post apocalyptic United States inhabited by robotic creatures and following clever outcast hunter Aloy for the past few months. Quote, Horizon Zero Dawn and Orbital are elevated, event level projects grounded in characters that fans will love and relate to, which are hallmarks of Irish Cowboy Productions, said Blackman. We're thrilled to be working with Netflix and all of our partners on developing these groundbreaking stories. Netflix's BioShock sets the Hunger Games franchise director Francis Lawrence at the helm. That comes from Get Fandom Gaming. Um,
Lots of fun.
2 huge video game adaptations coming to the silver screen. And Ryder, I want to know what you think.
This is crazy because I feel like for the first time in our age, in the past recent year, we've seen a lot of video game adaptations. I think Tomb Raider were some of the first ones that we saw. Now we're starting to see a lot more show adaptations, like The Last of Us being very successful. Kind of a lot of money's being put into this. They're starting to notice that these stories in these video games are very significant and need to be shown to a wider audience. And so it's cool to see
Right.
that there are a lot of games that we know and love that are coming to shows and movies, and a lot more companies like Amazon and especially Netflix now are taking them and bringing them to their own thing. But sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes they're failures. Sometimes they're successes. We can talk about it. You have some great points that you want to talk about. What are the versions that we get when it comes to this?
Yeah, so you get 3 versions. Then I want to talk about something else right after
Okay.
that. You normally get 3 versions of um, game to movie adaptations.
Mhm.
And one is that you take the world of the game, maybe some characters, and you tell separate stories in the same world. We saw this with like Resident Evil. Still have Umbrella Corp or Core, and you have the T virus and all
Mhm.
these things, but you don't have. I mean, maybe you get Wesker, but you don't get like Chris and
Mhm.
Leon and
It's a bit
those
different.
characters. But you also have retellings of stories that kind of pay homage to. So I use a video game example like Final Fantasy VII Remake, in
Mhm.
which it's a newer, updated version of the game, but they tweak little bits to the story here and there, so it's not the exact same story. And then there's a straight up adaptation where it's you know copy paste, same characters, same events, same
Mhm.
dialogue a lot of the times, straight poured across. And I think that's what Last of Us is going to be like. But I want to talk about something else,
Mhm.
Ryder, and that I think um, Hollywood is starting to catch on that a lot of these franchises, because games are long,
Mhm.
right? These are not 2-hour experiences,
Mhm.
that you need to give them more room to breathe narratively on the
Yeah,
screen. And I think um that's why shows are becoming a more popular avenue to translate games to visual other forms of visual media.
absolutely. Yeah, we've seen it with animated shows. More successful is
Hmm.
recently The Witcher. The Witcher has, of course,
Yep.
the successful TV show as well as the animated series that they're trying. We've seen Cyberpunk get an animated show.
Right.
Here's a list of currently Netflix is working on the status of live action game adaptation. The Division, a film is apparently coming on its way. An Assassin's Creed series was announced back in 2020. We talked about that a long time ago. We also have Beyond Good
Hmm.
and Evil movie,
That's
Pokemon
crazy.
series, yeah, lots of old stuff, and of course the Bioshock film, director's found for that, and then The Witcher Blood Origin, which is another spin-off coming this year. I mean, just lots of stuff, lots of potential here. I mean, there's so many video games out there with iconic storylines that, I mean, have shaped some of our young lives. So again, it's cool that they're doing this, that more people get to experience them. But I hope that they're done right. I mean, we've seen, I guess, Ghost of Tsushima is getting one, as well as a lot of PlayStation. We've seen PlayStation really pushing their originals
Yeah.
to be different mediums.
Uncharted.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
It's interesting. We'll see. Yeah.
it's cool. I think for me, as a closing remark, I think for me, I really want there's a barrier of entry to
Hmm.
gaming, and I want to be cognizant of that. But I think it's different to spectate a movie
Hmm.
and to watch something than to be in control of a character and to be putting yourself in their shoes and having that sort of experience. I think a really great director will be able to put the audience in that seat of being in the main character's shoes, but we will just have to see.
Well said. Well said. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know. Do you think that video games should be adapted to movies or shows? Should it be limited? Let us know. You can subscribe here in the channel or become a member to check out our full podcast for $2 a month. Or you can you can listen to the audio platforms for free. Link down below on Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all for the next news article here on the channel. All right, cool. There you have it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry, I was
Great
stumbling
stuff.
on my words there.
No, you're good.
All right. Yeah, you can close us out with what we have of other studios.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Florence Pugh will not be doing press for Don't Worry, Darling outside of the film's premiere at Venice Film Festival. There's a little bit of drama between the director and the actress, but anyways, we're excited to be reviewing this soon.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I don't know. Did you see the Olivia Wilde video that was put out?
No.
So apparently Shia LaBeouf is supposed to be in this movie, and
Really?
yeah, I know, wild, right? And the director, of course, Olivia Wilde, was like, hey, Shia takes so long in his process that she had to fire him for the betterment of the film. Apparently, that's not true. Shia left the movie, and Olivia was trying to get her to be was get him to stay a part of it. So she put out a video. She
Oh,
sent him a video. He released the video apparently, and so that was kind of
oh
the
my.
drama of it all. What she was saying.
Uh-huh.
This is not looking good for Olivia Wilde, but yeah, the
People
film's
not
coming.
liking Olivia Wilde right now because of it.
I guess so. And then apparently,
Negative
like,
reactions.
apparently there was some drama with her and Harry that Florence was like not putting up with. So
Oh
she's
wow.
being
Because they
salty.
are dating. For
Yeah.
those who don't know.
And I think, like, I don't like believe what you want. Apparently, she cheated on Jason Sudeikis with Harry or something like that.
Oh shit.
And so Florence was like, I don't care for Olivia. So she's not doing press. She's like, I don't want to. I don't want to.
This is juicy.
I know, it's pretty funny, and I was
This
like,
is
wow.
juicy.
But I mean, the movie is. I hope the movie will probably be successful. We'll be talking about it soon. We'll be reviewing it. I want to get into it, but yeah, there you have it. That. Okay. Batman Caped Crusader. What do you know? There's a lot of talks about this. I was very much like, okay, what's going on? What's about this? HBO's like canning it. Other studios are trying to bring it up. I'll get into it, but I want to know what are your thoughts on
Yeah, I don't know.
anything about
I love Batman animated media.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of DC's animated media is. Am I gonna say this right now? I think all of DC's animated media is better than their live action media, wholeheartedly.
There you go. Yep. I would agree
And
already.
and I really want them to invest in good animated material. And I think that includes a great new Batman animated series that can have adult themes in it,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not sure if that's the case for Cape Crusader, but I would just really like that because even if you look at Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond, those are two shows that were like they're like the in quotations
Mm-hmm.
for kids
Oh,
that you're
yeah.
like that you watch and you're like, this is a kids show, but
Some stuff in there, huh, dude?
some of this stuff is heavy.
I would tell you what's not for kids. Harley Quinn, bro. You have to check out Harley Quinn. It is.
Oh, I know. I hear it's so
It's
good.
like this new season, the new episodes that are dropping. It is so funny because it's kind of meta with the jokes. It's very relevant, but
Hmm.
it is so raunchy and so like rated R to the max that you're
Yeah,
just like,
totally over the top.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's very funny. Yeah, Harley's crazy, and there's some characters like King Shark. He's a
he's
character.
great.
He's funny, but
Yeah,
yeah, let's get into this. Apple TV Plus, Hulu, and Netflix are apparently in high interest in acquiring Batman: The Caped Crusader.
oh, interesting. Apple TV.
Yeah, so lots of wild stuff here. The news that the Caped Crusader and 5 other animated projects were being scrapped was poorly handled and obscured the fine print. Caped Crusader, sorry, which aimed for a bit of an older audience than the other titles,
Great.
remains in production. Guess what? So are the others. Merry Little Batman, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Bye Bye Bunny, a Looney Tunes musical. Did I do that? To the Holidays, a Steve Urkel story, and The Amazing World of Gumball, the movie, are also in various stages of production.
Interesting.
No, pretty wild. This comes from, again, David Zaslav. He hops on. There was some stuff that he wanted to, clean slate, remove. They're not being scrapped. They just won't be shown on HBO Max. It's not a quality issue, but an economic and strategic issue. It's believed that the various Warner divisions making the show and movies will make more money on the titles by selling them to other outlets than having them on Warner's own streamer. I mean,
Because Warner Brothers owns HBO.
yeah, they own HBO, but I don't.
Are you saying they're gonna make more money selling them off on contracts as opposed to hosting them on their own platform?
Probably, yeah. I guess because I think there's like, for
But
example,
they want more subscribers.
yeah. Okay. Here's my thought process. If you release a show like House of Dragon, you expect
Yeah.
subscriptions to go up because people are buying it. I guess they're
Right.
thinking if we drop these shows and new movies, we're gonna lose money by putting them into production. Like they don't think they'll gain subscribers from it. I guess.
Right. They think people are just gonna like people aren't going to subscribe to HBO Max for
Mhm.
a Batman series.
Yeah. So I'm guessing they're
Gotcha.
like, if we sell it, we'll sell it for millions and
Hmm.
make the money back from what we did
And make
making
3 movies a year.
it. Right? Yeah. Instead of 2, we get some money. We get some change to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, funny stuff. I mean, this time like 2 weeks ago, you could have asked me. I would have been like, I don't know what Warner Brothers is doing or HBO. They're done. They're done. But hey, maybe I feel like they're making. They're like, we gotta dig us out of the hole. We're
Gotta
gonna
help them. Gotta
gotta
help them.
help them.
Gotta help them.
I'm interested to keep up with this company. We'll see.
Me too.
All right.
First look at Randall Park and Melissa Fumero in Blockbuster, a Netflix series about the last ever Blockbuster video store. The series releases on November 3rd on Netflix, and there's photos on Twitter through Discussing Film you can go check out.
I put the link here. Man, what's your most significant memory of Blockbuster? Were you ever a Blockbuster guy?
Dude,
You're-
I was never a Blockbuster kid. I always saw Blockbuster, but you know what? Us people on the West Coast, what you know about Hollywood Video?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I stay
I'm the
posted
opposite.
up at the Hollywood Video.
I think I only went in once, and from someone going to Blockbuster all the time, I was like, "This is amazing." Of Hollywood Video, I was blown away because it's so big, right? It was a lot bigger.
It was huge.
Huge, yeah.
Hollywood Video was huge, and it had games too.
Oh yeah.
So I rented a bunch of GameCube and PlayStation 2 games from there, as well as some movies.
Dude, my best memories of Blockbuster were, we would always get the popcorn, but I would rent the game like Star Wars Republic Commando, rent that one a lot, and then I rented like a Ratchet and Clank game that was kind of weird. I don't remember which one it was, but some good times at Blockbuster. I'll never forget. We went every weekend practically, but I'm interested. We'll see. Netflix, don't let me down with this. My childhood. Okay, moving on now. We got Disney Plus. Live action King Kong Origin series is in development at Disney Plus. I gotta say, for all the King Kong franchise, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot.
They're doing a lot. They're doing the most, you could say.
They're trying to milk it for what it is. James Wan will executive produce, with Paper Girls creator Stephanie Folsom writing the script.
Huh.
Yeah, lots of.
I thought he was just a big gorilla. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're like getting into.
I thought he was always there.
They want to get into like the lore of the world of Skull Island and all that, which
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know who was asking for it, but
who's asking?
Christian Slater will start in the Spiderwick Chronicles as they're redoing the Spiderwick Chronicles.
I know. I was shocked to hear that too. I was like, what?
Wow. He's starring as the villainous ogre Mulgarath, a capital V villain who does what all ogres do. He eats people, an insatiable desire to consume. Mulgarath wants the secrets contained in Arthur Spiderwick's field guide to the natural world for a nefarious scheme that will satisfy his hunger. I hear this is a 1-season commitment.
Yes.
As well, coming after this, Kat Coiro will direct the first 2 episodes of the series, a modern coming-of-age story combined with fantasy adventure produced by Paramount Television Studios and 20th Television.
Yeah, I remember watching this movie in theater. Mulgarath freaked me out. Like I was like, "Give me that book, boy." He said something like that.
I never watched it, but I remember wanting to. I read one of the books.
Okay, I respect. More strength in me. I was never a book guy, but this apparently was huge for the kids. And yeah, I remember watching the movie. Vivid, lucid dreams of it sometimes.
Crazy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Good stuff coming. Good choices, Disney Plus. Okay, now moving on. Now that's all the big stuff that happened this past week. Some wild headlines. Let's get into light news. We'll just read these back and forth. Netflix is getting an ad-supported tier. Will cost somewhere between $7 and $9 per month, dollars that is, and will launch later this year.
$7 US. Yeah. Halloween Ends stalks into theaters and Peacock on October 14th.
We have Kirby.
Is that a Michael Myers film?
Yeah, so it's a trilogy right now. Last one in the trilogy. Apparently, it's going to end forever. I give it 10 years, but
wow. Okay.
I think what's her name?
Until it reboots again.
Yeah, until the reboot. But Jamie Lee Curtis. So Jamie Lee, she's she's kind of the star of the trilogy. So it's kind of like her final one.
Cool.
Curb Your Enthusiasm returns for season 12 soon on HBO.
Fun. Jeffrey Dean Morgan joins the Boys cast for season 4.
Hyped about that. Stranger Things season 5. The Duffer Brothers posted a photo on Instagram. They have a plotting grid on a marker board. Has 8 episodes apparently. So
can't wait for 11 to scream and kill the final villain again.
Just gonna say, no, Papa, no more, Papa. I need more snacky, Papa.
And lastly, House of the Dragon has officially been renewed for season 2 after 1 episode. That wasn't even after the second episode release. That was halfway through the week between the first and second episode, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah. I want to see you kind of put on a bald cap, put on a white hospital uniform, and I want to see your impression of 11 being like, Papa, I don't know why. It'd be so good. But I don't know. Hey, if you could cosplay anything, what's your go-to cosplay? Like any character?
Dude, right now, because of my current haircut, it would be Milo from Atlantis.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, put the glasses on, man. And you get the shirt. Or you can do the vest and the kind of the bow tie. But I think the shirt, right, with the
with like the cargo pants.
Oh man, that'd be good. That'd be a great one. Mine currently right now is still Batman. I'm still in it. Just got some.
Dude, that's gonna be a good ass cosplay.
I'm excited to show you. I got some new boxing wraps.
Nice.
I'll be wearing this every day. I'll wear it for a podcast episode. I don't care. I'll put on the whole
You
thing.
have to.
For Halloween, we'll do a special. But okay, let's get into our recommendations. What we've been watching, what we've been trying to keep up with, despite our busy lives.
Yep. I've been watching. Oh, let's see what I've been watching. I've been getting back into Seinfeld. I love
Nice.
Seinfeld. Being
That's
a New
great.
Yorker,
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Seinfeld. It's great. Catching up on Game of Thrones. Just started season 4. I still need to watch House of Dragon episode 2, and I'm watching Code Geass: Lelouch the Rebellion, which is an anime.
Mm-hmm.
And last night I watched a movie called Another Round with Mads Mikkelsen. It's a Dutch movie filmed in the Netherlands, and it's pretty great. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, but I think you should watch it because it's a fun movie.
I remember seeing I think it was during award season, the clip of him dancing around. Right, there was him.
Yeah.
At one time, I gotta hand it. Mads Mikkelsen, after because he's in Rogue One. He's a great actor that you would think he was so serious that he's kind of choosy with his roles, but he's done so many different things.
He
Right,
has range.
Marvel, Star Wars, but then also like
He was in
indie
Marvel?
films.
What was he in Marvel?
He was the bad guy in Doctor Strange. Isn't that crazy? The first one. He was
Dormammu?
Caecilius. He was like the loyalist to Dormammu. But yeah, James, he's a Bond villain. I mean, he's so good.
He's the Bond villain.
I want to see him. I feel like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. He was in a Hideo Kojima game, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah,
attached?
he was a major character in Death Stranding.
That's right. Super cool. Respect him a lot. I'd love to meet him. Give him a big old hug. Yeah,
he's an actor who I don't want to hug. He just doesn't have a huggable face.
But let me explain why. Because he's one of those guys where I kind of want to break. You know what I mean? Like, I feel no.
You're like, I can change.
Yeah,
him.
like I feel like he'd be like, "Don't touch me," and I'd be like, "No, come on," and he'd be like, "Okay," you know what I mean? I don't know. Very weird thing for me to say. But you know what I mean?
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I've been watching, of course, House of Dragon. Episode 2 is fun. I finally got to Vengeance. I was happy about that. So many things on my list because of you both. You and Vince just recommending bangers left and right. So that's kind of where my list of watches, my list of movie watch list comes from. But Rogue One, I recommend Rogue One any day, man. Great Star Wars content there. But that's about it. I mainly watch a lot on YouTube, in my life.
Okay.
We're at quote of the week. This comes from the brain of James. Let's you want to take whichever role you want, whatever you want.
There's 4 roles here.
Oh, never mind. Oops. Okay. Let's just go back and forth. Okay.
Okay.
The city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportions.
What do you mean biblical?
What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies, rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
All right. I get the point. Hop in our Discord. Let us know what you think that is. We'll be talking about that. We'll reveal it next week. So stay tuned here on the podcast. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you being a member. Hop in our TikTok, hop in our Discord. Lots of updates coming very soon for more content. James, thanks as always for hopping on with me, buddy. Appreciate it.
Of course. Good time.
Lots of fun times. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Enjoy all the content out and enjoy yourselves. Don't be afraid to go outside once in a while. That's mainly for me because I'm stuck in my room all the time.
Oh.
No, it's okay. Anyways, bye, everybody. We love y'all. Have a good one.